And this morning, just before 5, the Senate ended a marathon vote series that had lasted for more than 18 hours on the Hill. Among the bills, a 52 to 47 vote appropriating $70 billion, a $70 billion budget reconciliation for ICE. If it is also passed by the House, it will fund the agency for the next 3 years. CBS News congressional reporter Taurean Small joins us now from Capitol Hill. Taurean, it was a very long night, but the reconciliation bill did pass. What happens now?
Yeah, so it heads to the House. I think one of the most notable things about this was the fact that even though there was a near unlimited number of amendments to go before the floor, none passed. And that included some concessions from Republicans who were on the side of Democrats when it comes to some of the riders that were initially attached to this budget reconciliation bill. Just a reminder, the White House wanted to attach $1 billion in security funds to go to the White House ballroom that's being constructed. They also wanted to attach a $1.8 billion anti-weaponization fund. Both of those were ultimately stripped from this, but what we saw in a lot of the strategy of Democrats yesterday was to ensure that that anti-weaponization fund had no legs to move forward. They wanted to codify a permanent ban to it. There were other alterations to that would have seen that fund be directed to other spending priorities, but ultimately there just wasn't bipartisan consensus for that to happen. As it heads to the House, we'll have to wait and see the discretion of the House Speaker when it'll hit the floor, but any amendments that are added to this bill as it stands would mean it goes back to the Senate for another vote-a-rama. So I would imagine that he will want to just cleanly pass this and send this to the president's desk as soon as possible.
So, Taurean, the renewal of FISA did not pass. Why? And explain to our audience what that is.
Yeah, just in short, this is funding to go to the intelligence agency. This is about national security. And I think the reason why we've seen its colossal failures because no Democrat wants to get behind it because of who the president announced would be replacing current director of national intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard. That's Bill Putti, who comes from the banking industry, has no real parallels with this community. So we saw a lot of Democrats and some Republicans say that they would not be approving this in protest of who the president picked. I also have to point out, though, that President Trump said that he would not be named permanent director, just acting.
All right, Taurean Small, a long night on Capitol Hill.
That's right.
Thanks for giving us all the details.